welcome back everybody to Hakim's podcast. Today is our 11th episode and I'm very excited to have our two guests, Mr. Karim and Ustazah Suaidah. Or is it Ustaz Karim?
No. Please.
Okay, they are business owners in their own accord. They are also educators. I'm very excited. My wife has been telling me that you have this alternative life, not your typical
Macam hippie.
Alternative life.
Quite envious of you aja. Banyak pahala dia ni clock in. Aku nak share boleh tak?
Kita lagi envious of you guys.
Give a introduction about yourself.
It looks like an alternative lifestyle, tapi for us kan, ever since we got married from day one, dia macam terpaksa tau. Terpaksa macam you need to survive lah. Right, you need to survive. I think from the get-go, when we got married tu, dia cakap, I tak nak kerja full time. Okay, then like it's fine lah, right? But what do you want to do you must do something, right? Not because of the money, but you must have purpose in your life, right? So dia cakap she wants to teach, she want to build something. Okay lah. So that's where lepas kahwin, financially back to zero. And after that, she want to start whatever she wants to start. Then I think you started with what? Classes classes, going around Singapore. So I would daily after my work, last time I was in a school. When I finish at 3 or 4, then I need to send her to her classes Dulu dia buat one-on-one teaching.
Yeah,
so I would send her to rumah ni lah, or kalau weekend dia ada talks apa semua, right? So jadi ni sampai sekarang jadi private chauffeur.
But at that point of time, how did it feel? I remember when I was starting from zero, everything was like tawakal and like really start from the rock bottom. How do you guys do that?
That's
baru kahwin kan?
Yeah.
No kids yet at that point of time.
Yeah, this is what I shared with her. We were discussing something. Then I told her macam, I think for me personally, my turning point was to understand Allah's rezeki, right? I managed to go for Hajj for work during my first job as a travel agent punya insurance punya something like that lah. I have a few roles in that company. That was my first ever trip on a plane tau, at 21 years of age.
First time you fly?
First time fly.
Pergi haji.
So this is pergi haji. So this is where the mind-blowing part is That was actually my doa when I was primary school. Rasa bobol ni rasa macam nak nangis. Because back then my parents were normal lah. I think like everyone else. Macam kita pergi holiday Malaysia and this kind of short holidays we have never gotten on a flight before. My doa is macam, ya Allah, if I were to get on a plane, right, let it be to Hajj. I really want that thing. Allah dah kabulkan. So after that, all the challenges I face after that, then not a problem Allah is there. Yeah. Tapi this is coming from someone yang agama so-so lah. Yeah. No money, no this. I face this obstacle. No problem. Allah is there.
How was the hustle part? Like how from then till now?
Like any other business, we never go to business school or any other background. We just know that okay, we need this. We learn how to manage our finances, right? Not because kita nak invest ni, nak invest tu, tak. Just because we need to pay overheads Yeah. Kalau we never manage our finances properly, then who's gonna pay our staff salary? Kita tak dapat gaji, tak apa. But the people who work for us must get their pay on time. Yeah. Our gaji, our salary, whatever rezeki that we have is Allah jaga right? As simple as that. Tapi yang diorang ni is Allah punya responsibility for us to them. Yeah. So you jaga that, then Allah will jaga the rest.
Do you still have your day job or totally?
Oh yeah. So
You just quitted last year, right?
3 years already.
3 years?
3 years.
Time flies.
Yeah.
So fast.
Time together rasa macam forever gitu. Is that a good thing or bad thing? Can ask the both of you
3 years already. Allah, okay.
Tak apa, kita faham.
3 years. Okay.
I understand. This is what Hafiz and Azimah is going through. Okay, good. It's more good than bad lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think so?
To me, it's worth it. Because that's what I want. It's what I want. I want to see my family. I want to see my kids. Kalau gaduh tu normal lah, right?
Gaduh tu normal.
Gaduh normal lah. We went on a trip with our friend to KL. Then dia cakap, korang ni tengah gaduh ke apa? Oh tak, kita tengah discuss. Really?
We need to meet up more often.
Yeah, of course. That's why I've been wanting to meet you for the longest time. What I learned is I don't want to keep anything from her. I don't tell her straight, okay, macam mana how to craft things that dia faham in her own context. I think I'm angry I need to relax first. Sometimes the next day baru bilang dia.
I need to learn this skill from you, bro. Because currently, when the idea comes to my head, they're like, should say or not lah. Alamak, kalau say nanti dia cakap ini. I don't want to hide lah. Masa share lah. It's my wife.
Yeah.
Bila dia bilang, pasal aku bilang dia tadi. In your journey, what was the thing that give you the inspiration, or what motivates you?
I think the intention, like when I come from this path, right? And then before I get married, I have this intention macam no matter who the husband is, like I know that the intention for marriage should be I want to dakwah.
Dakwah to the world or to your husband?
Memang hari-hari kena dakwah.
No, I mean kan marriage kan is like two person become one kan. So that means the intention of when I get married with someone, so together we do dakwah. It doesn't matter if he is an ustaz or non-ustaz. At the back of my mind, nak kena buat dakwah. Because that will sustain the marriage long term.
I see.
Because after you raise family kan, apa nanti anak dah besar, then what's next? Dah tua nak buat apa?
Bila dia cakap dakwah tadi, aku tengah imagine dia datang kau dia kata asyhadu.
Awal I already know what I want. But I never say to him because you know that he is a husband and he has this authority kan. Yeah. So but along the way somehow dia sendiri tahu yang this is the path that we need to ride on macam itu. Yeah. So bila dia send and fetch me to all these classes yang I teach and classes that I study, somehow dia exposed to, oh this is this imam, oh this is this habib. Along the way dia macam kapal lah kan. So akan ada ombak-ombak lautan yang akan terus
Do you find that it can be very very macam lonely and isolating for what you guys are experiencing together and what your peers are experiencing?
Alhamdulillah, I think where we are right now is because of the people who came into our life. Ya Allah, when we start LQK ni, hopefully you bring us good parents who share the same interests and intentions as us. But gradually, right, in the 8 years of LQK, we've met so many good parents that we learn from them, and because we learn from them, we become better.
What gave you that final push and confidence when you wanted to leave your full-time job and just do this full-time as husband and wife? Was that a big leap for you? Or was that like, no, it was easy because you were earning millions by the year?
I mean, belum. Dia Alhamdulillah, I think I didn't really want to leave. Pasal macam at that point of time,
passion,
macam I really love teaching. And to teach those students, macam I really sincerely like to do lah. I guess for me, I'm quite lucky whereby LQK dah a bit more stable for me to really jump without any financial worry. I gave myself actually 3 months. 3 months to really, let go slowly. Macam, okay, what about the student? Oh, tak apa. They will be handled by better people. I still want to do what I love to do, which is to teach kids, to inspire them to do the impossible lah. My time teaching these normal tech students, most of them come from very, not well-to-do family, and their mindset is macam, I will just follow my parents' footsteps. Throughout that 10 years, I have students who macam dia ni I can polish a bit.
Yeah.
And these are the students whereby I still keep in contact, macam, they have done well for themselves. They make the change on their own. And they break from the norm, kan? Macam alternative lifestyle macam gitu kan. Maybe 1% from that 40 every year dapat break from their cycle. It is a success for me .
So again, why you quit your job?
Yeah.
Yeah. Boleh jumpa. I enjoy.
Masya Allah.
So I quit your job.
So why I quit my job is I was penat gila lah. Terlalu penat. I went back home very cranky. Then I didn't I didn't have time for my kids. That time they were even smaller. Pasal kita suka macam go out during weekdays, bring them to the beach apa semua. So I was not doing that anymore. So when I told her macam, oh cannot lah. I'm juggling LQK punya admin stuff and matters on top of school work apa semua. Yeah, I cannot give 100% anymore to either one. So I have to quit lah.
Everybody has been asking for LQK. Can you give us an introduction of LQK and what LQK is all about?
Yes, okay,
Okay.
founder.
Okay, basically, LQK, I do it for my children because I want to raise people who memorize the Quran. But in the middle of doing it, I scared what if my children cannot memorize it. So then I tell myself, it's okay, let's do it for the mass. So I'm going to share the secret and tell it to the mass. We help children memorize Quran, memorize juz ammah sahaja using kinesthetic technique. So memorizing the Quran has 114 surah. So I make it smaller scale to memorize the 37 surah in juz ammah using kinesthetic technique. That is doable. That means I know I can see the result. We teach from 3 years old to 6 years old.
Means that you memorize the Quran already.
No, not the entire lah, not the entire certain surahs. Yeah.
Because my mother always tell me, bila anak-anak ibu nak hafal Quran? What I hear about you is from my wife.
Okay.
So it's like, hey, you tahu tak siapa Ustazah Suaidah ni? You know, as Karim's wife. The first time my wife signed up for your one-on-one.
Train the mummy.
Is it?
Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember.
She was telling me, it was so good. I didn't know that can do this and can do that. And I was like, okay, good. So therefore, we are sending our kids there. Yeah, we are sending our kids there.
Thank you.
When I grew up, the way how my parents exposed me to reading the Quran, one is go part-time madrasah. That one was like, oh my God, dah lah.
Understand.
Datang lambat, tak datang, relief teacher, like so boring, especially when come to Arabic class. Hiya huwa hum. Ana dia balik itu je. I know it's like a fundamental thing to learn. It is your faith, your religion. Sometimes you need to have gerek teachers or gerek coach. When you play soccer, you must have a awesome coach right? Ni nak pergi rumah Ustazah tu punya rumah dekat blok sini tingkat 2 yang kat ujung tu Mari duduk bersila.
Traditional way.
Very, very traditional dengan must have lidi and Rehal. When my wife was talking about you, say no, this one is lain. Dia ada story dia behind dia. I imagine can work on me lah because I need to relate how that's how.
Because normal is boring.
Like coming from a madrasah background, I also feel what you all feel. The fun part in education. So if you look at my journey, right? I found Islam in the madrasah system in Singapore. But then I went to Egypt. I found the deen, the religion, like the entire mazhab and the hukum. I found the deen when I was in Egypt. But then I went to Tarim in Yemen. I found Allah when I was in Tarim. So
Deep,
that's where bila kita balik rumah, kita balik Singapore, then I tell myself, this is the dakwah. It's not about just Islam, religion, but we must put Allah in everybody's heart. So that's where Little Quran Kids comes in. The Quran is more about loving Allah first, loving Rasulullah first, baru boleh get the content.
Yeah. So this is something that she shared with me kan. Macam okay, I faham tau. So then it's my job
It took a while though.
to reproduce whatever that she say untuk the mass market faham. Dia bukan pasal business, but to me macam I vibe with this thing. I really want this to happen. But the fact of the matter is people like me yang Islamic education yang tak seberapa ni macam ni not my level lah. I cannot reach this lah. So how to get that for me? So so kita intertwine lah macam okay, in terms of education, okay, how do we get to make it a bit more palatable for the general public?
Yeah.
So tapi dia banyak ni lah try.
But I also on my part I ambil workshop, Montessori workshop. I ambil all this to understand the other side of the world because I only religion je kan. So I took all this diploma specialize in teaching so that I can really macam blend both of this world into whatever we are here right now.
So
InsyaAllah.
yeah, so to get to the point whereby macam you cakap macam even for myself, kita dulu macam ajar mengaji macam boring kan. But I don't blame our teachers last time. They are who they are. But I guess right now what if educators nowadays, especially in the Islamic punya scene, you need to understand your market lah, which I see a lot of young asatizahs are doing. They get involved with the trends apa semua. They relate to their students macam wah bagus budak-budak ni untung Yeah, it's no use kita cakap boringnya kita dulu, but okay lah, this is for our children, for our next generation lah.
How did you bring all this into social media, and how was the response like? How long has it been?
8 years.
Little Quran Kids? Yeah, 8 years.
On social media as well, 8 years?
Tak. Dia Little Quran Kids, dia alhamdulillah dia is based
Spread
on
through words of mouth.
Yeah. So that in a sense macam that's why macam we appreciate the the parents that we have. Pasal through word of mouth macam okay, like what you experience benda ni bagus macam I share with my family, our spouses, that kind of thing. So macam kita punya initial doa tu yang starting the one I shared earlier macam to get good parents tu, Allah kasih. So right now macam we have a pool of good parents. So next stage for LQK, where do we lead these good parents?
On my side, where does social media starts? I start by selling myself, as in selling Suaidah Salim, as in on social media. So all whatever I learn from madrasah, from Al-Zahar, from Tarim, apa belajar, just give the content. Then I found out that if I die, my brand die. So I cannot sell myself. So I need to sell a product or a service. So that's where I stopped selling myself. Then I start to sell Little Quran Kids. Like what does Little Quran Kids do, the curriculum. Yeah. So now dia dah boleh, Little Quran Kids dah boleh stand by itself. So that's where, the next thing that I'm currently doing is parenting. Because that's the thing that I am portraying. So we have a hashtag. Parenting is a lot of doa and submission.
Panjangnya hashtag.
It's perempuan lah. Yeah, macam at the end of the day, I haven't raised good children yet because I am still in the progress. So that's where I'm telling everyone, I am the same as you. My children and your children are the same age. So I cannot say much because I am still learning.
Doa very powerful lah.
Very powerful lah. Doa very powerful. Pasal kita really it's not the things that we say, but I think in our hearts what we really want, especially when we doa for other people, right? I think itu yang selalu for me yang kabul lah. So I like to doa for other people lah, and in hopes that other people doa for me. So yeah.
How do you harmonize your family and your business life? How do you marry these two together? Challenges?
Challenges dia, you have to face your wife every day.
I know what you mean, bro.
So how is it working with me?
Because I'm used to be at home most of the time and he's working. So when he quit his job, I'm very stressful, like to adapt to his presence in the morning, because that's where I maximize.
We are both morning people lah. Our brains work in the morning.
So like the first few months is quite difficult lah, because I want to do work, but then I know that at the back of my mind I have to serve him, nak makan ke, nak, I don't know, that. So but then we find a solution. So the solution is for him to send and fetch
kids.
So he's not at home. So he can do his work outside.
In another words, she wants me out of the house.
It's important.
That me time, because that's my safe space, my home, as in. So when I know when he come back, okay, my work dah settle.
And I also macam tak particular about okay lah, I can go out, do my breakfast, then I can go around. For me, my routine is
Can go JB, that's where.
other than going JB and travelling is I also need my space. I can sit anywhere just with the laptop and do work lah. Right, yeah.
What are plans for the next 5 years for LQK?
The immediate one is to find a bigger place that I can house everyone lah. Yeah, so to provide a better learning environment. Macam I always envy macam orang those big centers macam wah dia ada bungalow everyone is there, right? So hopefully kita ada rezeki to do that on our own.
If one day Little Quran Kids can just be like one of the private madrasah in Singapore.
Masya Allah.
That means like how because we know the system. I went through all madrasah system, so I think macam I know the curriculum that need to be taught to the current generation, our kids' generation. Yeah. So insyaAllah, because I'm homeschooling the second one kan, so I know like plus minus okay, ada some curriculum yang kita boleh put it in proper. So sekarang kita tengah build Little Quran Kids Junior for the primary school. Masih baru lagi, itu baru a year, 2 years. So hopefully like in long term adalah
Yeah, in terms of the curriculum growth is we are trying to make it a bit more holistic for the different age groups lah, right? We try to say, oh actually there's a need. It all boils down to macam what the community needs, then kita baru we'll try our best to deliver.
Yeah. So no more boring weekend madrasah like that lah. We put our children there also on Sunday, so they're excited. So that means it works lah. Macam plus minus it works on my children kan. But I think we still need to revisit the curriculum and see how it can improve more.
What are possible locations? Any sneak preview?
I know you want me to say west, right? belum lah. I think
I thought you said you wanted somewhere central for everybody to come or something.
I mean tak kisah in the north atau the east, but a bigger place for everyone to do everything
can put
together
everybody
lah.
inside.
Right, yeah.
Okay, I tak nak lupa. I nak terus shoot kepada Kam. Tell us about your baby stories. I heard so many things about your birthing
From
stories.
Actually, most of it is from Jima and Afi.
Okay kan, nah, birthing story you lah.
Start with number
I
1.
tak beranak, I tak keluar.
Okay.
I just sambut je the third one. Yeah.
I think the concept of rezeki plays a part in this birthing story decision. Because after we got married, finance is zero. First time I dapat tahu I pregnant, I takut nak bilang dia. I said, ada enough duit tau. That's the first thing came. But then kita bilang lah, as in we go with the motion. But I know he is very like, how am I going to finance
normal husband's worry lah.
Yeah. I have 4 children. The 3 is home birth.
What was the plan and what actually happened?
Kita tak ada plan.
Kita tak ada plan.
Dia macam duit ada macam gini, so kita buat macam gini. First one, I think like normal couples, kita pergi KK, pergi klinik, ada monthly check. Personally, I don't know whether I can say this or not. We don't like the system lah. Lecehnya nak kena
Because doctors don't even give us advice. Dia just kasih kita pill, makan ni. So dah tu je.
Dia bukan don't like macam apa ni tak best, but macam
I need more lah.
I'm sure there's more to this, right? The first one, terberanak dekat Johor Hospital Sultanah Aminah, Johor, high class suite, seaside view. But you should go to the hospital lah to see what I mean. Second one pula, kita macam I told her pasal we already found a private hospital over there, which happens to be belakang her parents' place. So it's a very nice Asia Columbia Hospital, a very nice hospital. So when we first went for consultation, macam KK, you need to go to 4 different rooms to do 4 different things, right? Everything was done in a room, done within half an hour. Service is better,
Karim like
but at 300 plus ringgit for one session, and that is considered expensive. Yeah, so then second Amna was delivered in JB apa semua. We had a very good time. Total I paid in total I paid 9k ringgit. Second pula dia terberanak kat rumah.
While waiting for you by reservist.
Was waiting for me to come back from reservist.
So you were in Singapore,
yes,
and she was in JB.
Yeah. In the morning, I remember because that time we were still, I was still going in and out from Singapore lah, naik motor.
Reservist.
So before I went for reservist, I told her, you can or not? Yeah, okay, can. She doesn't feel the normal contraction lah. Then okay lah, I went lah because leceh right, reservist nak defer apa semua. I didn't want to defer. So dah sampai my location, which is Changi. She called me, I want to give birth. Like, alamak, macam mana? So I told my supervisor macam, my wife giving birth, but they were gracious enough to let me go. I need to return arms at Ang Mo Kio, then after that masuk Johor, nasib baik tak jam. When I reached the hospital, I was asking everyone, my in-laws lah, Suaidah mana? Tu, okay, jom masuk labour ward. Nak masuk labour ward apa? Dah deliver? Dah deliver? I was like, Okay.
Was your wife disappointed with you that you weren't there?
Second one is very smooth, mashallah. So that means I hope as in I do it by myself, like I birth her by myself. Done birthing, buka pintu, panggil my parent, bilang dah, terus pergi hospital. Terus
The culture over there, the hospital that you went to in Johor, did they promote the usage of apa tu, epidural?
yeah.
Ada. I think the standards would be on
Gas
par
with-
or even better than Singapore in terms of the doctor lah.
Every birth ada dia punya new thing. So the second one, I birth, it is very painful sama, but I birth by myself, and so I lock the door so that dia tak kacau-kacau. Kan nanti budak-budak kan masuk keluar. So terus saya bilang Karim, I think I need to give birth, you just balik je lah. So I just wait for you. The result is I wait for you until you come back, baru kita pergi hospital sama-sama. But then I as I am managing the pain, then I rasa macam dah tak boleh lah. So I am on my all four and beranak as in beranak baby.
Beranak baby lah tak?
Yeah. So dah keluar tu, terus baru panggil parents. Of course lah, drama kan. The third one is where Karim, I birth the baby with the balloon.
Sorry, you birth daddy with the balloon?
Tak. Okay, let me rephrase for her. Her English not feeling well.
Okay, so the third one.
The third one was given birth at home. So that day, okay, she was managing the pain from 1 a.m. Yeah, 1 a.m. She cannot sleep. So she dah tahu macam, nak kena kejut Akilah. So dia yang kejut Akilah, kasih dia mandi, prepare her for school. She went down to send her to the van. She went back up. When she
While
went,
contracting.
Yeah, when she
contraction.
then for me macam, okay lah, boleh tidur lagi lama lah.
This is sebelum subuh.
Subuh, correct. So when she went back up, she told me already macam
5 a.m.
ni dah tak boleh lah. So she asked me to prepare lah. So I relax lah, pergi mandi, apa semua. Tengah mandi tu dia pekik, ayah. I'm like, alamak, macam mana ni tengah mandi apa semua. So when so when I went out,
In the room.
imagine in our master bedroom, the toilet tu, when I opened the door
While you were showering?
I was just done.
Okay.
I opened the door. She was on her force. She was holding our bed. Our bed is quite high, and I can see the baby kepala dah keluar.
The crown.
Yeah, and that time I didn't know it was the water bag. So I never tell her lah, but I found it. Asal
But he's
anak aku
very calm.
muka kepala macam predator It was not sikit tau. Dia betulnya.
Sebab dia dengan bubble. Why is that called water bag? Yes, water bag.
Macam
So
balloon, water balloon.
That's the balloon lah. Okay.
So I didn't know it was green. Like, what's this?
Ni first time.
Then like,
First time.
okay, then I just went to her.
Push juga.
Taruh apa, then I told her to push apa semua. Then it was over within 10-15 minutes. I was behind her. Then dia keluar je gitu. Dia lagi senang keluar kalau in that position.
Okay.
So bila dia senang keluar, so it's quite fast because it is in a water bag, right?
Yeah.
So I managed to catch her on time. Water bag burst apa semua. Then it was a whole mess. So macam,
And the
it was a
blood.
beautiful moment lah. It was a beautiful moment. I
Inshallah,
finally get to
Experience.
the third try. So mashallah. So I'll send the ambulance later. No. Dia masih blur tau, the nurse on the line. My wife gave birth already. Dia tak faham. Dia yang panik. Kita yang relax. No, she's fine. She's
This third birth, I hold my placenta. I belum birth my placenta. Because ambulance kata tak boleh, only gynae can do it. So I hold lah sampai berapa lama dalam jam semua. Yeah. So when the fourth came, everything we do ourselves. Kita tak panggil ambulance pun.
The fourth paling
fourth
lepak.
betul-betul macam, okay, we dah tahu dah nak buat apa betul-betul. So slowly lah. Dia bawa naik kereta.
Yeah. So the fourth one, exactly the same like the third one, but we were more relaxed. Kita tak panggil ambulance. I told her, okay, dia lagi boleh minta Milo. Because
the fourth one was very
her.
the toughest. I think the toughest.
But for her, it was the toughest for her lah. So when we reached the hospital, it was a Sunday morning. There was nobody at the emergency department. I want to register for my wife. She just delivered. Okay, can I have your wife IC and your child birth cert? Child birth cert? My wife just delivered. Dia masih blur-blur lagi. So until another nurse took over, macam, okay.
That wraps up our episode for today. I want to thank one more time our guest Ustazah Suaidah and Mr. Karim for being. Nak cakap Ustaz Karim cannot.
No.
Mr. Karim for being here. and our special guest, Mr. Abbas, which is currently sleeping at the moment. Okay, I'll see you in the next episode with a different guest. Thank you so much for watching.